Well, a new bombshell in the scandal over the IRS targeting conservative groups. The watchdog group known as Judicial Watch says former IRS official Lois Lerner broke the law when she shared highly confidential tax information of several Tea Party groups with federal election officials. Joining us now, defense attorneys Keisha Hebben and David Schwartz. So, David, Judicial Watch files this Freedom of Information Act, and they eventually get their hands on documents. It turns out that Lois Lerner sent over to the Federal Elections Commission, according to these documents, not just a yes or no on tax-exempt status for these Tea Party groups, but their entire tax files.
Well, certainly that's a no-no under United States Code. It's a crime under 7013. It's punishable up to 5 years in jail and a $5,000 fine. So this is a very serious matter. Is she going to be charged with a crime? I'd say a very small chance.
Why?
Because they don't do it. They don't charge. They never charge.
All right, well, it's not only 7213. There's an IRS code violation. Let's put it up on the screen here. No officer or employee of the United States shall disclose any return or return information obtained by him or her in any manner in connection with his service. So that's a felony as well. Now, Keisha Hebben, I can think of nefarious reasons that Lois Lerner would hand over this information to the FEC. Can you think of any legitimate ones?
I can't, but I suspect that her response will be, well, it was another government agency. But as we know, that's illegal as well. It doesn't matter. She had no right, and it's against the law to turn over those documents. And like David just said, I doubt that this will go really far as prosecuting her, but it's clear that she should not have turned those records over. Might
this be one of the many reasons, David, that she invoked the Fifth Amendment privilege against self-incrimination?
Yes, you know, that's an interesting. She invoked the Fifth Amendment, but before she invoked the Fifth Amendment, she said, I did nothing wrong and I'm innocent. And there is a school of thought that she waived the Fifth Amendment right there.
I don't
so that's
think
an interesting legal issue.
One of the other things that she may have done is this. Let's put the next full screen up. This is prohibited disclosure. This is abuse of office. A public servant commits an offense if, with intent to harm another, he intentionally or knowingly misuses government property, services, personnel belonging to the government. In other words, if you use the vast power of your particular office, and she had vast power, David, that's abuse of your office. That is also a crime, is it not?
It is.
Both of you.
Well, it is. And one of the things that David and I spoke about is, why would you put this in an email? Like, obviously, it shows what she did was wrong. It's going to be hard for her to say, no, I didn't abuse my power as the head of this department. But again, I think that...
Well, what I was thinking is the abuse of office is targeting Tea Party groups for political purposes. Yet another crime.
Well, I also read an article that stated that they also looked at more liberal type groups as well, but not as much. But I mean, clearly, these groups should not have been scrutinized more than anyone else.
If you target a group for any purpose and you use your official power to do so, that is a crime. And when I stated before that she probably won't be prosecuted, I think she should be prosecuted, because a statement has to be made here. You cannot use your office to target groups, whether it's conservative, Tea Party, liberal, or anything.
Right. Absolutely.
What about this? What if she, and she did tell Congress repeatedly during the course of a year before she invoked the Fifth that, no, I didn't target Tea Party groups? Now, isn't that arguably perjury and a false statement, and put false statement up? And this is a felony as well. 18 U.S.C., what is the code section?
1001.
1001. Look at that. Yeah. I mean, if you knowingly and willfully make a false statement or conceal a fact in a writing or document or verbally.
Right. And the proof of perjury is really easy, because the email from the attorney stated on these specific groups and named the groups, and that's what she responded to and handed over that information.
You know, and the FEC is saying, you know what, we were just looking for public information. Right. Not all this private, confidential information protected by law, David.
Yeah, right, and that's a good argument on their part. And some of the information is public information, so that's not the actionable information. It's the private information. You don't hand over entire tax returns. That's common sense. There must have been an ulterior motive to doing so.
Right. All right, now both of you are lawyers. What's taking so long in all of this? I mean, goodness sake, she invoked the Fifth many, many months ago.
Right.
Are they perhaps behind the scenes trying to strike a deal for immunity, use immunity maybe, in which she can put the finger of blame on somebody else?
I think that's probably what's happening. I mean, the fact that she stepped down and it's taking so long, to me, indicates that they are trying to find other ways to avoid a huge, blow up of
If
this.
you were her lawyer, you'd try to cut a deal, wouldn't you?
I would. Obviously, that's what lawyers do. They cut deals. The lawyers would have to go to the prosecutors, to the government to cut this deal. I would like to think that's what's happening, but who knows? It could be politics also as well.
If I'm the government, I mean, she is the, poster child for at least Republicans and a great many other Americans for somebody who abused her office.
Right.
And so cutting a deal could have repercussions.
Yeah, but you know what? If whoever is representing her or who's looking out for what's going to happen, they're going to try to make the best outcome possible. That's what we do as lawyers.
Yeah. This is unconscionable behavior. It should, it's not that she just gave the tax returns. She lied to Congress. It's a whole goulash of violations. And therefore, because she abused the system, she should be prosecuted.
She's retired with a really nice pension. Good gig if you can get it, huh? All right, David Schwartz, Keisha, have a good to see you both.
Thank you.
Arthel?
All right, Greg, thank you.